Welcome to Take 5, your 5-minute inspirational message from Solid Rock Drogheda. Today I want to talk to you about bananas of all things. You know, bananas are really quite incredible. We like them. I think they're one of our most favorite tropical fruits in the country. Probably the most popular tropical fruit. And we consume an awful lot of them. In fact, the Irish-owned banana company, Fife's, have opened up a new ripening warehouse in Dublin. And that ripening warehouse is over 8,500 square meters, which is actually about 1.5 times the size of a football pitch. And it's costing 25 million euro to construct all these facilities for ripening bananas. Now, I thought when it came to ripening bananas, all you had to do was leave them to sit for a while and they'll naturally ripen, but that's not the way that it works. Whenever bananas arrive and are imported into the country, they're green, and unless you awaken the ripening process, they will stay green. But nobody wants green bananas. Imagine if you bought green bananas from the supermarket and a month later they're still green. You want them to turn yellow. And then the idea is to eat them just before they turn brown. When they start to speckle brown a little bit on the outside, on the yellow skin, that's when you know they're the sweetest and they're the perfect time to eat them. After that, they start to go a bit mushy, as you know. But you have to awaken the ripening process. And so what happens is they have special rooms in a ripening center, and overnight they will pass ethylene gas that in and around and between the pallets so that every banana is exposed to this ethylene gas. And then that gas is flushed out with fresh air. And that ethylene gas, it's like it wakes up the bananas that the ripening process begins. And then that's when they've got to get them out of the stores because they're going to start to turn yellow pretty quickly. And if they leave it too long, they're going to turn brown. And there are all around the world, there are millions of bananas thrown away because they're turned brown. And they're still perfectly good to eat, but people just don't want to eat them once they go brown. But it's this idea that you've got to waken up the ripening process. And that reminds me that as Christians, God has placed all this incredible potential within us. God's placed us potential to be remarkable people, to do remarkable things, to win people for Jesus, to pray and see miracles happening, all kinds of stuff. But unless we awaken that process, it doesn't come to anything. You can have all that potential within you and yet never do any of the things that God created you to do. The ripening process needs to be awakened. And God, the Holy Spirit, does that. And when the Holy Spirit begins to put dreams and ideas and hopes into our hearts, and then what happens is that ripening process is released. And God begins to draw out of us all the potential that we have been given as remarkable men and women made in the image of Jesus Christ. And I pray that today for you, the Holy Spirit will touch your heart. I pray the Holy Spirit will touch your life. And I pray that God will begin to release something remarkable from you, because you were not created to be ordinary. God's created you to be unique. He's created you to be special, and He wants to do amazing things through you. So allow His Holy Spirit to trigger the ripening process. The good news is you don't have to pay 25 million euro like Fife did with their bananas. You don't have to do that for God to commence this process, because Jesus has paid the ultimate price through His death on the cross for God to do this work in each one of us. Now allow the Holy Spirit to do it in you today. God bless you today, and join us again next time for another Take 5, your 5-minute inspirational message from Solid Rock Drogheda.